Hello, next new video. Today we're gonna take a look at some unreleased Pokemon that got buffed for the next season. So basically, there are a lot of unreleased Pokemon currently in the code, which we're looking before already as well on this channel, and a lot of them got a very significant buff for the next season if they would get released and they would be top tier meta when they're coming out. But anyway, let's take a look at those. Also, if you enjoy this type of videos, feel free to leave a like and let's see what could be happening in the future of Pokemon Go. First off, we're going to have the 3-segment variant of Dudunsparce here. Doesn't matter if it's a 2-segment or 3-segment, but Dudunsparce, a Pokemon from the newest generation, is going to be of course the evolution of Dunsparce and has also the same moveset. And with that, it also got buffed for the upcoming season, or just generally for Pokemon Go, as it has both Rollout as well as Astonish. So both those moves are going to be very interesting for this Pokemon. Rockslide of course got a little bit of a nerf, same goes for Dig, but Run still hits insanely hard. And this Pokemon would be very strong for the open Ultra League, which you're gonna see here right now. This thing would be an insane Pokemon for it. So in the future, keep your Dunsparce. Dudunsparce definitely going to be something worth keeping as well there for the open Ultra League, as this Pokemon is going to be an insanely good Pokemon for sure. I don't think it's going to be ever really irrelevant, because there's like 2 very good fast moves that just got buffed, and I don't think they're going to get nerfed immediately afterwards. And so I feel like the Dudunsparce is definitely going to be a Pokemon you might want to take a look at. Moving on to the next one. Here the buff is not really that significant, but actually like on paper it was a little bit more than I expected. It's going to be on Dhelmise. Dhelmise has currently access to the move Shadow Claw, Astonish, as well as Shadow Ball, Power Whip, and Heavy Slam. This Pokemon actually is really weird that it's not been released yet, because it's a Generation 7 Pokemon, not even Generation 8, already from the previous generation. It has not been released yet. It's a Grass and Ghost type Pokemon, which you have quite a lot of them, to be honest. The Pokemon Company should kind of stop at releasing all those Ghost and Grass type Pokemon. I think there are like 4 or 5 lines at this point already. But yeah, this one is going to be kind of similar to the other ones. Having access to Power Whip and Shadow Ball is going to help it out quite a bit. And here Astonish is going to be quite a bit better compared to Shadow Claw. Shadow Claw is going to have a little bit worse results. So yeah, this Pokemon benefits a bit from it, but again, it's not going to be the craziest even if it's gonna get released. Next one, I kinda messed up the slide here apparently, but yeah, Grafaiai here is going to have access to the fast move of Mudsdale. Mudsdale got buffed this season, so definitely a fast move that you kinda want on this Pokemon. Also, it looks like a lot of fun, as it has also Poison Fang as well as Sludge. As we can see here, it also looks like a great meta breaker for the Open Great League, and so yeah, this Pokemon definitely going to have a lot of play when it gets released. I would actually imagine this Pokemon gets released somewhere eventually, because it is like one of those like kind of staple Pokemon from Generation 9. But yeah, again, currently I guess they're focusing mainly on Generation 8. Maybe the next Pokemon is going to be a bit more interesting. A Generation 7 Pokemon though, it's going to be Mudsdale here. Mudsdale is going to be quite a decent one again because of the Mudslap buff. Mudslap buff going to make this Pokemon an interesting Pokemon for sure, as it's going to help it out quite a bit here. Mudslap going to be a great fast move to have. It's just like currently actually one of the best fast moves in the game. Very likely a lot of people are expecting that this fast move gonna get a nerf next season again, because it's too good basically on the Gastron. But yeah, we have to see about this. Anyway, Mudsdale would be very good now with the Mudslap buff, and would be a very solid Pokemon. For Generation 8, there are actually only a few Pokemon that are really good in Generation 8. Most of them really struggle with the moveset Niantic currently has on them, so hopefully they're going to change it before release, which can happen to all of those Pokemon as well. But yeah, those definitely here going to be definitely a bit better. Orthworm. Orthworm here is going to be a Pokemon that also has access to Mudslap. It's a pure Steel type Pokemon, but still going to have a great time with that non-steel type coverage there of Mudslap. Going to still make it a very solid Pokemon. I guess the steel typing helps out a lot of times defensively here as well, allowing you to resist a lot more hits, as well as we're gonna see a win rate of 19 to 16, which is very good as well for it. So Orthworm definitely going to be something that yeah, when it's gonna get released, going to be very solid with that Mudslap buff. Toedscruel is going to be the next one here. This Pokemon was actually already very solid before with a Mudshot, but Mudshot got nerfed, Mudslap got buffed, and so the moveset kinda changes here. Interestingly enough, charge moves of Seed Bomb, Earth Power, as well as Acid Spray. Acid Spray plus Mudslap looks like a lot of fun together as well, in my opinion, but right now Looks like that the best moveset is going to be Mudsdale, Seed Bomb, as well as Earth Power. Interestingly enough, it doesn't even look that great in the current meta, even though the rating itself looks very, very good for it. So, as you're gonna see here, Toedscruel definitely looks very better on the right side as well. Had a little bit of a wrong image there in before. So yeah, Toedscruel definitely going to be a very solid Pokemon for the Go Battle League. Minior here is going to be one of the Pokemon from Generation 7 again that has not been released yet, with a Meteor form. Yeah, there are going to be two different forms of it. There's like the core form and the Meteor form. Meteor form is going to be a bulky one, core form is not a bulky one. Core form is, I think, after it like drops below 50% of its health. Might be something that comes into Pokemon Go as well soon, as we had already the change of it with Morpeko. But as you can see here, has access to Rollout, which got buffed this season, and this is going to make this Pokemon insanely strong. 27 wins, 8 losses, looks ridiculous for the Open Great League. This Pokemon looks just completely ridiculous. The stats of this Pokemon as well are very, very good, like very, very bulky Pokemon. But of course, again, just in the Meteor form, not in the core form. Tinkaton is going to be the next one. Fairy Wind is gonna get buffed, as well as Brutal Swing gonna be cheaper, making this Pokemon insane. Having the Fairy and Steel typing here on this Pokemon is just ridiculous. As we're gonna see here as well, Tinkaton is going to have an insane win rate of 28 wins to 7 losses. Like, that is looking absolutely overpowered. Like, I can't see that this Pokemon ever gonna get released with this moveset then. Like, honestly, Fairy Wind, Brutal Swing, and Heavy Slam seems a bit too strong on this Pokemon. Like, honestly, like, that is ridiculous. Average rating of 632 is absolutely wild. Like, this thing would be definitely top Pokemon there, like definitely rank 1 for the Open Great League if it would be released like this. Next Pokemon is going to be Morgrem. This Pokemon is actually quite interesting because you might expect here to see the Germnaa, which would be the evolution of it, but Morgrem actually going to be way better because of the additional bulk, and the moveset is not going to be that much different. But of course here, the Sucker Punch got buffed quite a bit for the upcoming season, getting basically a clone of Counter what it is currently, making this Pokemon an insanely strong Pokemon to have as well. With the bulk that it has here now as well over the evolution of it, you're going to definitely try to have this one a bit more than the evolution. The evolution gets like only 1,500 bulk points or something. This one gets like 1,800. Evolution, Germnaa, very likely going to be a bit better for the Open Ultra League, but still, having the typing of Dark and Fairy is also very, very interesting, I feel like. And so this Generation 8 Pokemon is very likely something that we're going to see eventually as well, because yeah, again, Generation 8 has also a Gigantamax form, the evolution of it, so very likely something that we're going to see eventually. And for the final Pokemon for today, we're going to have Urshifu. Actually, I was thinking about this Pokemon recently already because, basically it's the top Pokemon for VGC and we don't have it in Pokemon Go yet, and how this Pokemon would perform. And honestly, it did not really look too great before because Counter was not really ideal for the Open Master League, and only the Single Strike form, which is the Dark and Fighting type form. There's also a Rapid Strike form, which is Water and Fighting. The Dark and Fighting type form has access to the fast move of Sucker Punch, which of course got buffed this season as well, and this makes this Pokemon insanely strong, giving it a 600 average rating for the Open Master League, beating nearly everything here. It is absolutely wild. Urshifu would be one of the best Pokemon for sure for the Open Master League when it gets released, but yeah, you need very likely some rags I can afford anyway. And this is going to be also it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.